So I've got something really exciting to share with you guys today. Over a long period of hunting and fishing, I've owned a lot of different kayaks. We've had sit on tops, Hobies, punts, and I think going out by water, it changes the dynamics of everything. The advantages of being on the water, especially in Samba country, is numerous. I mean, you can carry a little bit more gear, makes for easy extract to get your deer out, and the journey with this particular product started with my good friend Stewie when we went to Fiordland. Although we had a lot of rafts, a lot of experience in inflatables and bits and pieces like that, we needed something that was compact and small to fly with. Spending a time over in the Fiordland Wapiti ballot there, they needed to be small enough to get on the aircraft to be underweight, small enough to take over in the chopper with us, and we needed to be able to deploy them in a remote area and pack them up and move across terrain if we needed to. So researching that, we found that there was quite a few products on the market. They're called Packrafts, and essentially we once we started kind of researching this, we found a few of the big brands and stumbled across a good guy by the name of Jeff, and he just launched in 2016. He just launched his own brand of Packraft here in Australia. So with an Australian design, and Jeff's a top bloke. He's helped us through the whole design process. We actually got some rafts built to purpose. Now there's quite a few since he's been operating now for a while. He's expanded that lineup, and now he's got quite a few standard rafts that suit the hunter and the backpack hunter absolutely perfectly. Even the fly fishermen, the duck hunters, there's quite a few of us that could really make good use out of this product. This is the pump sack that comes as standard. It also comes with a small repair kit and some of the quick repair kit, which is good to have in your gear if you're heading out, because if the inevitable happens and you get a tear in it, this stuff, as is actually used this stuff, and it does work really, really well. So I keep a couple of those spare when we're out and about. And I'll show you how this pump works. What they've done back here, they've got an open valve, but inside here is a one-way valve. So to pump up, if you're using the bag, just screw in the one-way valve and open up this, and this little guy here's got a corresponding adapter that will go onto that, so it's just a matter of threading that on. So with these, there's two hard bits up here, so you basically just get a scoop, a little twist, and just force all that air in. And it's a matter of just repeating that. It does take a while. It's a little bit of an helps with today. We've got a little bit of a breeze coming across, so it's pretty easy to fill that bag up. But beats breathing into it. So you could use the pump bag that comes with these rafts, but we found it much easier, as Steve's going to demonstrate, to use one of these electric blowers. I can speed it up. So this is the seat. The floor itself on this raft is just a thin bit. So you obviously what's on the other side of that is gonna come up and touch you. So what they've done is put an inflatable floor, which is quite good. It goes up to over 100 millimeters thick, and it gives you a really nice soft seat. And they've also got a backrest, so this blows up, and it just keeps you in a more upright position, which is really comfy if you're spending most of the day in it. I can speed it up. So this one we had made specifically for backpacking and for pulling out Samba. So this one, as opposed to the standard raft, which I'll show you in a second, is a little bit wider, and we've added some lashing points there so we can put our cargo nets or backpacks and rifle bivvies and stuff like that over it. Apart from that, the construction and everything else is the same. So if you come over to, this is Steve's new raft. This one's called the Journey. So this is the standard size, and the main real difference is weight. This one's just over 3 kilos, which is super light. Ours are coming in closer to 5, just because we've got that extra tube and that extra width and length there. So we're putting us plus kit plus our rifles and stuff like that, and some deer in there. We're well over 150 kilos with all that stuff in there, and they handle absolutely fine. So you'll notice when you paddle these, because they've got no fins underneath, they do swivel a bit, so they don't track the best, which is typical with any whitewater raft, because you're putting your force down and the tail will move a bit. But as soon as you're in a bit of flowing water, it's just effortless. And to be honest, if you just get a bit of technique, you can easily paddle in a straight line on flat water like this. So Jeff's up to the 3rd generation in materials with his rafts. They're all tape seam sealed units, and this new super lightweight material is getting some of these factory models below 3 kilos. So you can up-spec them, you can get them in heavy models. He even has self-draining floors and with scuppers in the bottom for the hardcore whitewater guys. Personally, we've had these in class 3 waterfalls and rapids with fully laden. That's with all our equipment, backpacks, rifles, all the provisions, and we had a lot of fun doing it. So we'll release some footage later on in the year, and some of the stuff that we've got from Fjordland I'll show to you as well. But yeah, all in all, these have been a great asset to our trips out in the high country as well. So you can see both Azza and Steve here are just over 100 kilos, and the way that these rafts, being obviously buoyant, the freeboard is excellent. They stay well above the water, and even in rapids they're going to be absolutely fine. So they've got multiple lashing points over there for some gear. I had this spray deck added to this one, and the payload on this is about 500 pounds, so well and truly over what I'll be carrying. My body weight, my pack, and then a couple of deer legs, maybe a cape and some antlers. This will well and truly do the job. The tie-down points are really secure. I've had quite a bit of weight, full dry bags in here all cinched down, rifles in bivvies and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, they're really well thought out of, structurally really good. So practical uses for hunting, these things are super versatile. So normally, like a lot of sambar come near the water, that's a known fact. Places like Eildon, Dartmouth, and some of the bigger rivers where easy enough to get a boat into, but you look into some of the other spots that we got access to where you just can't get a boat near, or it's too dangerous, or the flow's too much, maybe too shallow. This is really where these guys come into their own. The fact that you can just put them onto a backpack and or strap them to the back of your backpack with a full amount of provisions. I mean, you get one of these paddles, breaks down into 4 pieces, breaks here as well, and everything can come down no more with a life jacket and a full kit than 5 kilos, and then you're able literally to float your deer out. So that in itself is great. Guys with duck shooting, you can basically have this just living in the back of your car, taking up no more space than kind of an A3 box, and you've got a boat ready to deploy when you come across an area, or even across a river. If you get one and you need to get across safely, it's really easy to just deploy this and go and retrieve your game. So setup and takedown of these rafts is really simple. They come in a really nice bag, and basically it's just a matter of pulling your bag off with a little cinch strap, rolling your raft out, and on each of the rafts they've got a one-way valve. So under the first cap you've got a nice a valve in there, so as you blow in, no air will come back out, so you're not always kind of fighting that. And then to let them down, just in reverse, just pop that one-way valve out, and the whole raft will deflate. Just got to let your seat down, and then to pack it up, just simple, just in reverse, just flop it over, roll it back up into the bag, and you can cinch it onto your backpack and walk it straight out. Now, in terms of this material, the floor material is quite a bit thicker and really strong. It's puncture resistant. The material on the sidewalls is a bit thinner, but it's still super strong. We've put it to the test. I've been unfortunate enough to run into some pretty sharp rocks and sticks, and I thought I was done for sure, and it just glided straight off. Aaron's raft he was unlucky enough to hit a really sharp section on one of our rafting trips, and he's put a puncture in the bottom of his, but it still stayed up, floated it out, and he was able to patch that with the repair kit, which I'll give you a little close-up of. So there's a pretty simple process here. It was just basically a clear skin that went over, just scuffed it up and put his patch over the top of it, and it's been absolutely perfect since. Still stays flexible, so rolling up and putting out's not an issue. And the tape and seams come in various sizes, so even a big tear you can still patch it up and be on your way again. So lastly, I mean, just the fact you don't have to have a trailer, there's no rego, there's no servicing, all this kind of thing. They're really cost efficient. The fact that it doesn't take up any room, if you're limited in room, say you're in a townhouse or something like that, you can leave it in your car. You can put it up in the roof space or something when it's out of season. But I think all the guys that are, whether you're just into kayaking or whether you're going fishing, hunting, there's so many different people that can really utilise these rafts. So go and drop Jeff a line at Packraft. His website is packraft.com.au. I'll put a link down in the description below, and and check out what he's got there to offer for us. They're a great bit of product.